Hi guys, good morning. Okay, so before we begin, I do want to share some awesome information with you guys. I'm sure many of you guys have noticed, but I did sign a W-2 with Facebook officially this week, and I was not expecting necessarily Facebook to have that be a thing. I knew that it was an option, but I'm not going to lie. I've gotten grounded from Facebook multiple times over the last year for 30 days, 30 days, 30 days, Basically, Facebook doesn't allow inappropriate content, any naked pictures. Even in one of my pictures I was just going to share that we did from a photo shoot, it gave me a warning and straight up said, hey, this content is similar to some of the other ones you've gotten in trouble for. So it could possibly be removed. Basically they were like, are you sure you want to do that? And I really love that they did that for me because, first of all, I didn't know they would have ever removed that picture in the past. I didn't know they did, if they did. And it helps me to see that even when you think you could get worse, like for me, I'll show you what it was. Let me see. And it is sexy. It's fine as fuck. But basically, it's going to help me know what could really honestly get me in big trouble. And that's a big deal. We don't need problems. And basically, like, if you have problems, you're going to end up not making money. If you get violations or you get in trouble, they tell you can't make money. So, very surprised and very grateful. Thank you, Facebook. You guys are awesome. Facebook has actually been something I've been with since 2012. And I started uploading videos for tarot in specific last year on July 9th is my anniversary. I came across tarot and just found it to be very, very, very helpful for me. And I am a teacher and a life coach and a coping skills educator. And that's what I do at the colleges, and that's how I help almost really anybody that needs help. I just really help them learn things, but this is so sexy. I don't even know. I'm all like fucking into myself, but this one's fine as fuck. But we did a photo shoot and, oh my gosh, I just love it. I can't, I'm obsessed. It's so beautiful. And, why am I talking about that? Why am I, hey, it's good. One time I was in counseling, she's like, so, do you have things that you think nicely about yourself? I was like, oh yeah, what do you mean? She's like, tell me what you like about yourself. I said, I like my hair. I love my eyes. I have great work ethic. I love camping. I love helping people. I love. And like, she's like, okay, wow. Whoa, I'm out of ink. I have to go get another pen. That's a lot. She's like, that is amazing. That's great. She's like, I've never had anybody like so many things about themselves before. I did not qualify for a narcissist, but my psych eval, I did plenty of them in case anybody was wondering if I have any mental health. No, just fucking crazy. Thank you for asking. I was diagnosed with fucking the go fuck yourself syndrome, and there's no cure. Yeah, I just keep fucking telling you guys off. Anyway, so that's what I do. Every time somebody doesn't like me, I'm just like, I don't care. Go fuck yourself. Literally. I don't care. Literally. Nobody cares. What? I'll tell you what. The one thing that you can do, there's plenty of things that you can do if somebody's fucking annoying you. How do you deal with somebody who's fucking literally approaching you to talk bad to you? You're an idiot. Fuck, I gotta remember what we were doing here. It doesn't matter. You guys got all that last information, right? We're moving on. The subject has changed. Oh yeah, diagnose. So, to be honest, during that time, I was diagnosed with probably anxiety. I know I had anxiety and depression and PTSD. Basically, kind of, it went in and out. I don't know if I got PTSD, to be technical, during that particular evaluation. It wasn't until Martin passed that I got the PTSD. There's nothing more horrible than fucking walking in on somebody dead and not expecting it. It was like my whole equilibrium, like fucking, it was bad. But what they said is that I have more confidence than the average person by far. But it wasn't in a way where it was narcissistic, because you can't be narcissistic if you truly like the people. And also, you can't be like narcissistic because I went in there specifically because my family sometimes they're like, you're bipolar, you're manic, you're narcissistic. And so I was like, I don't know. Like, I want to make sure I'm not. And so I went in there, I said, I don't know. Like, I just want to be sure that these are not things that I am. And if it is, I want to work through it. It's like, Tara, there's no way you are narcissistic, because they don't think they have a problem. You would never have walked in here and tried to get help if you thought you had an actual problem. So I was like, that's actually true. So just in case anybody out there wanted to clarify anything that you guys have been running your mouth about, go fuck yourself. And what they did say, though, is that I have a very strong, at that time, codependent. I don't know, they probably used the term codependency issue on me. And to be honest, that's been my number one actual groundation from my landlords, from my workers, from my counselors. Is like, no boyfriend. Many of my apartments contracted it in that nobody could be at my house. Nobody could stay the night at my house. Like, I could have friends. I was allowed to have friends during the day, but basically between my landlords and my parents and my family members, they've been really, honestly, awesome in that area, because nobody that they've removed from my life was needing to stay. And I do have an issue with not removing, especially my man, from my life. In the past, I've tried for a long time to make things work that didn't work originally ever. And I didn't know much about anything. I just knew that I was trying to get somewhere and get over something. And now that I understand how to get where I want to be and what it is that is my foundation when that is being developed, it's a whole different scene than before. Today, I understand that my higher power must be my guide. I don't believe that I need personally a 3D or a physical or tangible or visual guide. So 3D is earthly things. I'm not into earthly. I'm definitely more 5D and above and beyond. I definitely believe in the 12 realms and the potential that they all hold and carry. And I also have fear and curiosity when it comes to those realms, because I can feel the mystery beyond us. And I've always felt that mystery beyond us. And whether you're thinking about werewolves or vampires or fairies or freaking gnomes or, aliens or the Bermuda Triangle. There's so much out there that we just honestly have heard a lot of stories about. And even the ocean, in a scientist term, knowing that it covers most of the world and we haven't seen nearly anything. It's just an amazing moment to just think to yourself, we know so little. And for whatever reason, humans have decided along the way that they're not only in control, but they're the most smartest and intelligent being on the planet. And honestly, nobody would actually know that. And I just look forward, honestly, to this world and this life and seeing things for how they really were meant to be seen as individuals. And each thing on this earth, whether it's you or an actual table or a tree, it all has its purpose, meaning, and potential. It has its moments when it could use some love, care, and repair. And it is all about how every one of us chooses to treat things, treat each other, treat objects, walk by things that need to be fixed or picked up, One time I was at the school picking up my daughter, and there was one of those pieces of crunchy, dry seaweed on the floor. And the bell rang. And I saw every student walk by this piece of seaweed. Like, I'm talking over 100 students walk by this seaweed, right? Finally, one girl comes and picks it up and throws it away. One. So that's the right thing to do, would be you see something that's right in the middle of the hall. I've seen everybody do different things. Looked at it, eared it, jumped over it. I don't think anybody kicked it. That was good. I was glad about that. But yeah, over 100 students easy passed. I don't know if you're in big-ass schools, Spokane City, but yeah. I noticed that day, and in my mind, the first thing I thought was, oh my gosh, we need to pick that up. That was my very first thought. But you could see 100 people
and all their different reactions. And that's just the way that it is, you know? And how somebody helped me realize that we all thought different. I think it was at the Isabella House. I do want to give credit to the Isabella House up here. It's a 6-month inpatient for moms and kids. And there is also like a male one that's very similar and works really well with the female one. And I'm pretty sure it's called Brownstone. But these ones up here in Spokane, okay. Spokane is the city of resources. Spokane has helped me in every single way. I came up here literally handcuffed and pregnant in the backseat of a cop car voluntarily, but they still thought I needed to be arrested. It was a plastic seat, and it's a 2.5-hour drive, and my DOC officer was ruthless. He hated my guts, and Jeremy, you're a bitch. But it's whatever. No, I have not forgiven or gotten over it. Okay, but I'm sure we can work through it as soon as you give me a call. I'm going to need you to give me a call, Jeremy. That's what he always said to me. I'm going to need you to come into the office. One time they said, I shouldn't tell you guys this. This is bad. One time, of course, you know, me and James were hanging out. And we had a violation that said we could not hang out anymore because we were like a Bonnie and Clyde. So we had the same DOC officer. And that's for people that are fucking have felonies, because me and James got some of those too. In 2007, I managed to literally land a ticket 10 out of 12 months that year. And I thought I was just an OG gangster. I'd get that ticket, look dead in the cop's eyes, and to the back of the Astrovan. The Astrovan that had no insurance and no tabs, and I lived in a town of 1,200. So every time I left my mom's house, she would report that I'm driving without tabs. And they would pull me over. But I just remember every day, honestly, leading up to these moments right here. Everything that has motivated me. Every night I sat out on the back porch growing up looking at the Big Dipper, knowing that I was going to get off this land soon. And I dreamt of being successful. And I have always had a career-savvy mind. And out of my whole family, only 2 of us work, my big brother and myself. And out of my whole family, I'm the only one, and my mom is the only one that bought property so far. And it's not my responsibility to take care of anybody. And I am starting to learn that. And if you were to ask anybody around them, the family, I bet you they would say that I don't really pretty much do anything. I'm not going to lie. And it's even actually dominoed effect downward to some of the younger people. I've heard it actually this year recently, and somebody made a comment saying how I say I do this and that, and I pay this and that, and they really talked pretty much down about it, unfortunately. You guys know how it can be when you're dealing with 2 different personality types in your family. In ours, there's the happy-go-lucky, really fun, fucking wild, criminal-sided ones, and then the other side is totally legal. And then there's a couple that are right in that middle zone that wear their eyebrows like really fucking stiff, and you could be standing right next to your own fucking family member, and they're like, and you're like, hey, Aunt Ellie, how are you doing? Are you good? Like, hi, I don't think we've met before. I've been here twice in my life, but you're Aunt Nellie, right? Yeah. Oh, anyways, you kind of remind me of somebody else I know, the Tasha Razzi, and so you might be better fit with that niece of yours over there. I'm Aunt Barb's favorite niece. We literally are favorite aunt and niece little duo. My Aunt Barb's the best. She's like, hey girl, I'm coming up. We can do your hair color and let's have some fucking Bloody Marys. And I'm like, you're the best. And then there's the stiff face. The ones that like to fucking sit there all quiet, but they're really absorbing every piece of information, and then they're either recording you while you're like doing this. You're like, I don't know, I can't really see. And they're like, then they take a picture and they're like, yep, she was nodding off again. And you're like, what the fuck? It'll be like all these photos of you, the whole family that you paid for. This is a fact. So I always buy hotel rooms for everyone. I pay for everything, the dinner, the scooter rides, everything. Thousands of dollars, actually, multiple times, but I'll show you not. I took them, the whole family, too, to the ocean, and it was like a fucking Goonies movie. It was bad. It was like the Chainsaw Massacre, only we were all voluntarily in the car together, and it was really bad. It was pretty bad. It was my proposal weekend, and it was also my birthday, and I ended up getting all the hotel rooms, and apparently some of the people didn't book a room, so it was like mass family in the room, and it was no making love, at my engagement. I didn't plan the wedding, but it was still nice. Oh yeah, Zeke got mad at me because I took my mom's order at the restaurant first instead of his. You can fucking go fuck yourself, bitch. Nobody fucking talks to me like that, and my mom will always go fucking first. Anybody in the world can go before anybody. What the fuck are you talking about? Who the fuck are you? Like, what? Who the fuck says shit like that? It was actually a terrible time. My sister and her boyfriend, well, pretty much he was stubborn, and he refused to literally take any one of the other 3 vehicles that were completely fine and available for travel. He wanted to drive his car, which was making a knocking noise before we even left town. We have a 8 to 12 hour drive, depending on how slow or idiotic the people with us are, such as like getting all the way to Oregon and saying, does anybody need to go to Walmart? No, we're going straight to the fucking beach. What are you talking about? Like, I am not somebody who stops on the way. I would fly if I could in an airplane to where I'm going. I hate driving. I'm big on the destination. I hate road trip shit. Guess what happens? Their car axle breaks. Literally 4 miles from the hotel. And my sister has a warrant, and she literally just so happens to look exactly like me. And so when the cops show up, she tells them that she's me, and it was my birthday. So they celebrated the fact that it was her birthday, and happy birthday to you. And she's like, happy birthday to me. And she ended up enjoying her weekend at the beach, where we all slept together in the same 2